Hey guys, I'm an intern from SIMMI Foundation and we work towards the benefit of mankind. Current aim is education for all. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. In this session we shall look at the properties of colloids. The first one being colligative properties. Colloidal particles being bigger aggregates, the number of particles in a colloidal solution is comparatively small as compared to a true solution. Hence, the values of colligative properties such as osmotic pressure, lowering in vapor pressure, depression in freezing point, and elevation in boiling point are of small order as compared to the values shown by true solutions at same concentrations. Next, moving on to the Tyndall effect. This diagram better illustrates how Tyndall effect works for a solution, colloid and a suspension. If a colloidal solution placed in the dark is observed in the direction of light, it appears to be reasonably clear or translucent by the transmitted light. But they show a mild to strong opalescence when viewed at right angles to the passage of light. That is, the path of the beam is illuminated by a bluish light. This effect was first observed by Faraday and later studied in detail by Tyndall. Hence, the name given is Tyndall effect. The bright cone of light is called as the Tyndall cone. The effect is due to the fact that colloidal particles scatter light in all directions in space. This scattering of light illuminates the path of beam in the colloidal dispersion. This picture illustrates the Tyndall effect. Here in the first picture there is just a simple solution, whereas in the second picture there are colloidal particles. Hence there is scattering of this beam of light which is passed through these solutions. Let's look at the conditions which are required for the Tyndall effect to be observed. First of all, the diameter of the dispersed particles should not be much smaller than the light used. And secondly, the refractive indices of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium should differ greatly in magnitude. Applications of the Tyndall effect to study a colloidal solution. Zygmundi used Tyndall effect to set up an instrument known as an ultramicroscope. An intense beam of light was focused on the colloidal solution contained in the glass vessel. The light was then observed with a microscope at right angles to the beam. Individual colloidal particles appeared as bright stars against a dark background, as shown in this picture. So these were the particles which scattered the light, and it was viewed at right angle to the passage of light with the help of an ultramicroscope. Important points to be noted. Ultramicroscope does not render the actual colloidal particles visible. It only allows to observe light scattered by these particles. Ultramicroscope does not provide any information about the size and shape of the colloidal particles. So ultramicroscope does not speak about or does not give any information about the size or shape of these colloidal particles. Moving on to the third property, which is color. Color of the colloidal solution depends on the wavelength of the light scattered by the dispersed particles. So mainly wavelength determines the color of the colloidal solution. Wavelength of the light further depends upon the size and nature of the particles. The color of the colloidal solution changes with the manner in which the observer receives the light. So first of all, it depends on the wavelength, and wavelength further depends upon the size and nature of the particles. Therefore, the color of the colloidal solution changes with the manner in which the observer receives the light. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently, and please stay tuned for more such videos. Once again, thank you.